You are gazing into a literal black mirror. As you stare into the blackness, into the interminable abyss, someone or something stares back into you. Time loses all meaning, and all sense of self is dissolved. You are lost in its depths. The demons possess you through this portal. Welcome back, denizens of Dark City. This installment will continue to examine the implications and moral dilemmas that arise from the technology depicted in Severance and their parallels in Dark City. Once again, come gaze into the black mirror and observe how the insidious technologies of Severance are but reflections of the same in Dark City. Dark City and Severance have similar contingencies in place should attempts to resist, dissent, or escape the established system of control occur. The methods range from dissemination of disinformation designed to misdirect or discredit ideas that counter the established narrative to termination of the dissenter. To discourage attempts at escape, Lumen's chip has somehow altered the innie's intellectual levels, inducing a childlike mentality which lowers the likelihood of questions or escape attempts. However, if the Lumen employees violate protocol, they are sent to the break room as a form of punishment. The break room is an interesting concept because the forms of punishment to which the innies are subjected are eerily reminiscent of applications used in real time during the MK Ultra projects and are similar to torture methods still in use today. Lumen has its own methods of motivation and control, its own mazes and dead ends to direct its innies back into their positions. The severed personas exist in a very childlike state, motivated to keep their attention focused on their mysterious duties with promises of finger traps, waffle parties, and caricatures. Those who deviate from protocol are sent to the break room, where they are psychologically tortured, forced to repeat an apologetic mantra until it is expressed with the appropriate conviction, while various ominous sounds are played on an endless loop. The audience is left to wonder what significance these sounds have to the individuals subjected to them.
I really am sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
No paraphrasing. Again.
The narratives crafted by shows that examine these philosophical concepts often occur in an environment that is itself a deception. The entire reality in which the characters function is a lie. In the 1990 film Total Recall, the main character, Quaid, is a former intelligence agent who was deactivated and now lives a mundane life ignorant of his former activities. His former identity is uncovered or activated during a memory implant procedure called Recall, a company that sells recreational memory packages that allow its customers to experience exotic places, lifestyles, and alternative identities without the expense or danger that comes with them. These experiences are completely fabricated, but during the procedure, Quaid experiences a recall of actual events unconnected to the company's implants. As the narrative unfolds, Quaid becomes less certain of his true identity, and the system implements contingency plans, systems of deception designed to lead the dissenting agent back into his sleeping persona. One particularly interesting scene illustrates the level of cruelty and insidious deception employed to coerce Quaid to comply.
Well, I suppose you're not here either.
I'm here at Recall. I love you.
Right. That's why you tried to kill me.
No, I'd never do anything to hurt you. I want you to come back to me.
Bullshit.
What's bullshit, Mr. Quaid? That you're having a paranoid episode triggered by acute neurochemical trauma? Or that you're really an invincible secret agent from Mars who's the victim of an interplanetary conspiracy to make him think he's a lowly construction worker?
Referred to in this reality as gaslighting, the tactic witnessed in this scene demonstrates the level of evil and inhumanity required to use this kind of deceptive tactic to exert a level of psychological control that places an individual in a position to doubt his own sanity, to use memories, or in this instance an actual loved one, to manipulate him into a position of vulnerability. This tactic is employed often in the mainstream media, wherein the talking heads define the very actions of which they are guilty in a condescending voice, highlighting only the most sensational aspects and omitting the context as well as all references to evidence that supports it, signaling the audience to reject it out of a fear of being ostracized and by association anyone who believes it.
So in one of the emails, John Podesta is talking about pizza. He's Italian and Greek, I mean, you know.
And a very good cook.
And a very good cook, and yeah, his risotto recipe is still there if you want to see it. And I'm sure there's something very nefarious about that risotto recipe. So, out of whole cloth make up this story that John Podesta and I are running a child ring in the basement of the Comet Pizza Parlor.
By the way, there is no basement.
Yeah, there is no basement.
Several techniques of interest are of note in this example. There is a conspicuous absence of the actual evidence that has been presented to support these allegations. No counter-arguments or evidence are offered to refute the evidence that does exist. Only mocking tones and cheap jokes in conjunction with facial expressions and eye rolls that convey the supposed absurdity of the claims. These are signals to the audience to dismiss these allegations absent any investigation. They also serve as a veiled warning that those who entertain similar theories will be viewed in the same way. Of note is that the laughter following many of these flippant remarks is either elicited by the use of a teleprompter that cues the audience to laugh and applaud, or many times it is a laugh track. This is primarily for the home viewer to instill in their minds that the audience members share the same contempt for the individual's claims as the corporate mouthpiece and talking heads who parrot them. Similar to the scene analyzed in Total Recall, a sophisticated system of emotional manipulation and coercion is used to discourage beliefs that are antithetical to the elite's agenda. The fear of being ostracized that is elicited by the combination of these insidious tactics exploit people's innate fears of being excluded from the group. This is an evolutionary-based fear due to the human need for social contact and the fear of being isolated or alienated from others, a fate that would often lead to a lower likelihood of survival. Like a labyrinth, the Black Mirror is a rabbit hole down which you are forever tumbling and from which you may never return, and your self-image will be remade into whatever form the dwellers within the darkness of the Black Mirror want you to be.
And start asking the right fucking questions.